In preparation to reveal a new lineup of games, the French indie publisher Playdius announced earlier today that it has rebranded as The Villages. The publisher is well known for its catalog of games, including the BAFTA-nominated Bury Me, My Love. In addition to Normal, Lost Phone and The Gate of Eternity, The Villages is the publishing branch of Plugin Digital, which recently raised $25 million in investment from Inter-Invest Capital. A press release explains that the investment will primarily be used to bolster a new publishing strategy under the The Villages brand. This will allow a publisher to expand its scope and build a repertoire of new games for apps and console, described as being into hardcore games. With Playdius, we built a very eclectic lineup, from mainstream narrative games on mobile to hardcore RPGs on PC and console, said head of publishing Guillaume Jamet. As our company grows, we decided to roll out a new ambitious publishing strategy based on a strong brand that clearly identifies as a provider of mid to hardcore games on PC and console. Today's the day. Game Developers Conference organizers are pleased to announce that online voting for the Audience Awards, both the 2019 Game Developers Choice Awards and the Independent Games Festival Awards, is now open through next Monday, February 11th at 11:59 p.m. pot. These are no top believers, so please help spread the word. Public votes will help determine the winners, which will be announced live during the ceremonies on Wednesday, March 20th, as part of the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. As in years past, the ceremonies are available to attend for all GD2019 pass holders, and will be live-streamed on the official GD Twitch channel at 6:30 p.m. PT, beginning with the IF Awards, followed by the GDCAs. Anyone who would like to vote for the GDCA and the Audience Awards can cast their votes using the links below. Voters will need to select the finalist game they are voting for, along with the valid email address. The Game Developers Choice Awards are the leading peer-based indie game awards show celebrating the industry's top games and developers. The IF Awards honor the most innovative and exemplary projects in indie game development. Each year, both award ceremonies recognize the creativity, artistry and technical genius of the finest developers and games. It's always quite a show, so make time to check both out, in person or live on stream, when BD returns to San Francisco next month. Bring your team to BD, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and BD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa has suggested the company might one day move away from home console development as technology changes. In a recent interview with Nikkei, translated by Nintendo Everything, the recently appointed president, who replaced Tatsumi Kimishima back in June 20th, stressed that flexibility is just as important as ingenuity in the business world, and that Nintendo must be able to adapt as the games industry evolves. Speaking more broadly, he explained the company will always strive to offer people around the world innovative and unique ways to play games. But that might not always mean building hardware like the Nintendo Switch and Wii. We are not really fixated on our consoles. At the moment we are offering the uniquely developed Nintendo Switch and its software, and that's what we are basing how we deliver the Nintendo experience on. That being said, technology changes, We will continue to think flexibly about how to deliver that experience as time goes on. Commented Furukawa. It has been over 30 years since we started developing consoles. Nintendo's history goes back even farther than that. And through all the struggles that they faced, the only thing that they thought about was what to make next. In the long term, perhaps our focus as a business could shift away from home. Consoles flexibility is just as important as ingenuity. You can hear more from Furukawa by checking out the full interview over on Nintendo Everything. It's well worth a read. Giving players access to the beta of a new game, a new content, before its release is a great way to get feedback and find bugs, allowing you to add that extra bit of polish, balance, and quality before the official full release. There are many different ways to give players access to a beta. Which to choose? In this article, do you like to give a comprehensive list of options in today's market and discuss the differences? Traditionally, bugs in games are found by QA testing companies. However, hiring a QA company to exhaustively test a complex game is very expensive. Many smaller companies do not have the budget to hire QA at all, or can only get a limited amount of QA, and cannot let QA cover every aspect of the game, let alone doing so repeatedly for every update. However, even if you do have the budget for large amounts of QA testing, that will not give good feedback on whether a new feature is actually fun or balanced. That requires real players experiencing the content in the wild. So whether you can afford paid QA or not, a beta might still be a good idea. There are many aspects to doing a beta. Should everyone get access? Only a limited number of players? Is the beta for a new game that has not released yet, or for new content for an existing game? Is the beta also intended to gather additional development funds, only for testing purposes? Another interesting topic is what to actually put in a beta. Should it be all the content, only a portion so as not to spoil the main release too much? There's an interesting bit about that in this talk about Diablo 3. How early should we do a beta? Although these are important questions. To limit the scope of this post, I'm going to ignore the content of the beta. Today I am focusing exclusively on how the beta is delivered to customers. Over the years at Choimo, we have done a bunch of different approaches to betas. The recently releases was Soldiers to Show Armageddon tried betas before release and for new content. Through DLC and through beta branches, limited paid betas and open betas, and more. That means a large portion of this post is based on our own experiences. But since I want this list to be as comprehensive as possible, I will also discuss approaches that we have not tried ourselves. Since consoles offer very few possibilities for betas, and since Steam is the biggest and most complete platform on PC, this post mostly lists options in Steam. Some of this will probably be possible in similar ways on competing platforms like GOG or itch.io. If I missed anything that's fundamentally different on other platforms, or if I missed some approaches altogether, then please let me know below in the comments, so that I can add them. For updates to an already released game, this is the most common way to do a beta on Steam. When uploading a build, you can select in which branch it should go live. This makes it possible to release a build under a beta branch only. Users can then simply right-click the game in Steam and select the branch they want, after which Steam will download it and replace the main game with a version from the branch. If you want to limit access to the beta, you can set a password for the branch. This works fine. but it's a single password for all users. So if you share this password with players, there's a good chance that some might share it further with others. For all some nods we got lucky with our community, all players posted the passwords for closed betas publicly online. Undoubtedly some players did share a password with a few friends privately, but that never caused any problems. Branches are also great for internal testing purposes. When we want to test build internally, or want to provide a build to QA, we also use Steam branches, and simply share the password only internally or with the QA company for updates. A downside of Steam beta branches is that when you switch to or from a branch,